T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This is going to be a problem for you in about 30 seconds. This is going to be a problem for you because we posted this and my phone lit up.
Oh,
Okay.
why?
So let's bring to flight school our diamonds. Let's bring up Diamond Jason Solomon. Let's bring up Blue Diamond Jayla Pippets, and let's bring up PDDG Presidential Diamond Darren Gibson. Let's stop sharing and bring them up on screen here. And welcome to flight school, folks.
Yeah, please stop sharing that photo.
Oh man, the text messages I got.
Anybody have anything you want to say to Mark?
Hey, listen, I got something to say. Who's in charge of the photos? I'm a little, y'all making me look crazy.
Is this the new AI technology?
I only have 2 words. Somebody's getting fired. That's 3 words, but it don't matter. Who did that?
You got me looking like Carlton on Fresh Prince, and you got Jason like Kevin Gates. So I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
I told T. Gray I look like a human honey bun with a wig on. Like, take that down.
Oh no.
it's all right. We love you.
No
We
worries.
love you. We love you, man.
Oh man. And they messaging me like, who's responsible for this? And all I can say is 2 words: not me.
Yeah, I knew I was going to get in trouble for that.
MK, he didn't have 2 words. He sent me this. This is what he sent me right here. This is what T. Gray sent me right here.
Me too.
I mean, hold on, keep it there. Let me make it so that people can see. You got to talk, Darren, though, so that you feel
Oh man.
I said, who's in charge of this? He said, me.
All right. Well, hey guys, I'm just so excited you guys are here. We're gonna have a fun time today. We have 3 ambassadors lined up to get some coaching from the 3 of you. There's a reason that the 3 of you are in the diamond ranks. And for some of you, this is not your first rodeo. You know, this is not your first time at the top of a company. So I couldn't think of 3 better people to come on here and give our folks some advice that can tweak and help them build their business. So why don't we jump in with our first person, right? Because this is what we've been waiting for. Everybody ready? As a matter of fact, let's give some advice to the folks that are not being interviewed today. Darren, you have anything you want to say to everybody else that's not being interviewed today?
Yeah, I mean, you have Blue Diamond, my little sister Jayla, and obviously you got my mini-me, Diamond Jason Solomon, and myself, and then obviously MK and T. Gray. A lot of people try to demand our time, and we just can't devote our time to a lot of individuals. And this is a really good time for you to jump on and get some really good mentorship, and ask questions and get some guidance on what you want to do and where you want to go. So if you're not on this call, then shame on you. You know, this is what I thrive for, T. Gray, is always looking for mentorship from individuals and getting the proper guidance to take me to the place where I want to be, and give me that constructive criticism. We all need constructive criticism on what we're doing. I'll often say all the time, you know, if you follow somebody who's lost, where's that going to take you? And sometimes we follow ourselves, and we're always lost in the sauce. And it's always good guidance and asking a person that's not in the frame. We're always in the frame. Somebody that's looking at the picture that's outside the frame and can give us some good stuff that can take one nugget can really change the course of your business. One idea can change the course of your business. And that's what this call is really about. So I'm really excited, T. Gray.
Man, that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you're not, today we're going to be meeting with Angel Dublé. Angel, well, we'll get to how you say your name in a minute. We're in the office trying to figure out if it's Dublé or Doublet. It's one of those, right? But we're going to figure out which one it is. We got Elijah Foster and we have Keegan Barrett. And so we're going to start with Elijah today. Elijah, why don't you pop on here and say hi to everybody. Turn on your camera. And let's get a chance to meet you. And over here, I'm working feverishly behind the scenes to find you on Rank Up. All right, what's up, Elijah? How you doing?
What's going on? What's going on?
Awesome. Where do you live?
Between North Carolina and Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, Fayetteville, North Carolina.
I was about to say, how do you live in between there?
I got family in both spots, so I'm always going back and forth.
Okay.
Your last name was Foster, like
That
Foster.
sounds right.
Jayla,
That's wrong with T. Gray.
that's not what you normally say, Jayla. What do you normally say?
Why are you like this?
You like this. All right. I'm sorry, Elijah. So glad that you were here with us, bro. And we want to pull up on screen here. I'm your rank up. But before we do that, how long have you been in the company?
A year, May of last year.
Cool. And whose team are you on? Who's your upline?
Caroline and Tierre.
Caroline and Tierre. Awesome. And you admit that in public. That's wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love them. We love them. So that means that PDG is your upline.
So wait a second. How did Caroline find you? Or how did you find Caroline?
Well, it was kind of random. I think it was Cancun, the boot camp last year in Cancun. I was actually out there with family. And then right when I got back, I decided to get on Facebook. Caroline was there. And earlier that year, I invested into Bob Proctor's PG coaching and then Grant Cardone's. And so Caroline connected with that. We got on the call, connected me with Tierre, got started.
Nice.
So you're into
So hold on a second. Hold on. Caroline got you on with Tierre.
Mm-hmm.
She did a 3-way call.
Yep. Like
That's how it's done, folks.
5 minutes. Yep.
All right, cool. Well, we've got your rank up on screen here. And so let me share it and we'll dive in and rock and roll here. Okay, so this is Elijah's rank up, everybody. Let's see. Let's go to totals. Oh, that's not team totals, personal totals. There we go. All right, so here we go. Elijah, let me take his number out of there. He's a handsome guy. We don't want everybody calling him after we just made that announcement, right? Everybody in your DMs. But here we go. We got 608 contacts in there. All right, so diamonds, you getting the stats here? 608 contacts, 285 messages sent. Of the messages sent, we got 60 messages answered. That's 21%. We got no invites accepted, presentations, or conversions as of yet. All right. So I'm gonna turn you over to our diamonds, whoever wants to go first, and start working with you to help you get yourself on track.
The first question. Oh, who was that?
Go ahead, Blue Diamond.
The first question I would ask is, how are you inviting? Or I see you sent out, you sent out messages. So you sent out text messages, right?
Yeah, so all those messages, what I ended up doing was new market or new people. So anybody who was already in my networks, I counted like those messages sent as in me reaching out saying, hey, so-and-so, would love to connect. And then the message answered was us either getting on a Zoom or a phone call. And then that was just that process happening, or them agreeing that, yeah, let's connect. Does that make sense?
Okay. So you reach out to them, you get
Mhm.
them on a Zoom call, and then what do you do from there?
So it depends. If it's the first conversation goes, I typically kind of like open the conversation. Hey, so-and-so, I kind of fill them out. If they're more direct, I get straight into it. Like, hey, listen, I loved your profile. Really was curious about your story. What inspired you to do what you're doing? What's got you excited about the future? What's your vision? etc. They go through that. I listen. And then from there, I guess the invite one, I think I overthink it. But from there, I'm listening for like, what's a problem I can solve? But I don't feel like I find what's important to them. So there's no connecting, like there's no way to pass them on. That makes sense?
Okay, yeah. So let me ask you this. Are you a green? Like, do you you know what a green is, right? They did the
Oh, analytical.
He's
Yeah.
a blue. He's a blue, Jalen.
Oh, he's a blue. Okay.
I
Okay,
think I
we're getting
can.
somewhere. So one thing I heard is you like personal development because they said, or you said you went to Grant Cardone course, you did Bob Proctor, you like personal development, right?
Right.
Okay, so what's the one thing that Grant Cardone says? Who has my money?
Right.
Every day he wakes up and says, who has my money? So if you are a personal development, you love to have fun. You love to, Darren called you out already. You love to have fun, okay? This is what I want you to do. You have to say, out of these 608 contacts, who has my money? Right now, none of them. Because you don't have any. Wait, did you get anybody signed up? I know it says you don't on here, but no.
I have signed like two people up and then they left.
They left. Okay.
Yeah.
So that brings me to my next question is what is your goal? Because I know you asked them their goal, but what's yours?
In the business or just
In the business.
In the business,
Mhm.
right now is to eventually get up to diamond, but for this month it's ruby.
Okay, what does that look like?
In terms of people?
Yeah, like
Right.
like what's your how much volume do you have to do to get there?
This month 40,000.
40,000. Okay. So when you bring them to a Zoom and you're asking them what are their goals and whatever, do you ever say what you're getting ready to do in the next 30 days?
I don't talk about me. One, I haven't even had enough presentations, but I think in terms of translating volume to vision, to say, hey, I'm about to produce 40,000, I don't think that doesn't correlate, but I think I kind of lean into the overall team goal where it's like, hey, listen, we already did a few millions this past year. You already missed out on that. But this next 30 days, you actually caused that great time in and kind of leverage the success of the environment is what I would do if I got that far.
Jayla, I want you to stay on that topic, what you just said. Do you talk about what you're about to do? Because a lot of people, they miss that's probably the biggest thing you just said. We talk about team goals, we talk about Ibüümerang goals, but what are you about to do? That's really big what you just said, Jayla. I want you to stay on that topic for a minute.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I see that you admire leadership. That's one thing that I got from this. You admire leadership, and that is admirable. I love that, you admire Darren and Tier and Carolyn. But you have to know who you are too. You have to understand that the people that you're talking to, you have more skill than any of them. Do you realize that it takes more skill to hit Ruby than it does to be in the NFL? It really does. So you have to understand your power and your skill. So when you come on the call, yes, you're talking about goals and their goals, but if you don't know who you are, if you don't understand why they would follow you, I'm not talking about Darren, Tier, Carolyn. We know why they're going to follow them, but why is somebody going to follow you? That's what we're missing here. That's what I think we're missing here. So tell me, why should somebody follow you?
And also, Jayla, what you just said, Elijah, you say you had 2 people quit because you're going to have people that can't be in close proximity with Jayla. You're that can't be in close communication with myself, Tier, Caroline. They're following you. And they have to qualify, they have to requalify, they have to reach certain qualifications to get our time. So if they don't see nothing in you and they're not going to the plug, is what we call it, the plug. I want to go to the plug, right? I want to go to the guy. I want to go to the girl that got you started, that got you successful. You're going to have to make sure that you solidify yourself as well for them to follow you, and then you can lead them to the river where they can drink. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jayla, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, exactly. So why should somebody follow you?
And I started last week. I'm gonna take notes as we go. So this is basically what Darren and Jayla are talking about. You know, basically, Elijah, you want to create excitement by sharing your, right? You know, like they both said, talk about what you're about to do. And you know, it just kind of reminded me of something that we've been taught over and over again as we've been coming up in this industry, that dogs don't chase parked cars, right? The cars that the dogs chase are the ones that are in motion. So what they're saying is that when you, in terms of talking to people about what you're going to do, it kind of sounds like this. Hey, Elijah, this is T. Gray calling. How you doing, man? You good? Listen, I've had the fortune, the stroke of luck to team up with an incredible group of very, very successful people. Some of them very successful in multiple businesses, some of them even multimillionaires, all right? And I don't know why they allowed me to be part of their group, but it's an exciting time. And what I'm doing right now is I'm putting together a team of 5 people, just 5, that are going to achieve some serious results in the next 6 months, okay? And when I say serious results, they have the opportunity to create an international business and a serious new income. I only have 5 slots. If I can make the information available to you so that we can determine whether you even qualify to be one of the 5, is that something you would prioritize taking a look at? So now you are getting a phone call from someone who is in motion, right? And you understand, okay, T. Gray is doing this, and he's inviting me to go with him. That's what they're trying to do. Back to you guys.
I want to go back to, can we go back to his messages really fast?
Yes, sir.
T. Gray.
Yep, go in there.
Because you had 285 and then you had 60 answered. Are you sending out the same message to everybody? Copying and pasting?
I kind of tweak it. I usually keep like I think it depends on the platform. If it's Facebook,
all right, no. All right. Let's do this. I want you to read the message to me right now.
We getting down to it up in here. Oh my goodness, yes. Coaching.
I'm gonna tell you right now, E's my guy, so I can be real with E. You got 285, and then you got 60 answered.
So
you got it. I know for a fact what you're doing right now. Go ahead and read it.
Okay. So if I'm on LinkedIn, I'll probably say the first name, Ashley, happy to connect. Hope you're doing prosperous. It's always a pleasure meeting positive, service-oriented individuals like yourself. I would love to chat sometime, exchange gems. Sharing knowledge is rarely a disadvantage. Does that sound bad? Because that's a little bit more professional on that platform. If you're like Facebook or like Bumble, it's a little bit more just kind of personal. Hey, so-and-so.
Read me the Facebook. I want you to read me the Facebook. That was good too. What you just said, that was really good.
Okay. Cool. Facebook one is,
because you got to think, you got Jason, myself. I know Jayla's really good as well. I built my business from skin to skin when I first started, but as soon as the pandemic hit, you look at Desi. You know, we got diamonds that Desi hasn't even met yet, so we know how to send messages. So we'll let you know if it's the proper way to send it.
I just want
Yeah,
to say,
I'll share something after you do. When you get done there.
I just want to say,
When you get done there.
Darren is in like full series coaching mode. He even has his he has his glasses on, people. He's got his glasses on.
It's Professor today.
Professor Diamond Darren Gibson, PDDG.
You asked me to be on, I put my glasses on, so let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this was one that was I found in the traveling group, so I kind of tailored it to traveling. I was like, Tonisha, happy to connect. Hope you're doing prosperous. I saw you traveled a lot. Which experience taught you the most? For that one.
That's good.
If it's somebody who's more business or entrepreneurial, I probably ask like, what inspired you to start your journey? Or if it's around mindset, kind of like, if it's general, I just say like, hey, happy to connect, love your profile, et cetera, et cetera. Where are you from?
Okay.
Go ahead.
When they answer, you had 60 answers. What do they say when they answer? Just give me
If it's on LinkedIn, the first message is definitely just to connect, like get on the call. If they respond, they're saying either, yeah, let's talk right now, or I'm swamped, let's circle back. If it's more open, like where are you from, or what inspired your journey, what they respond. If they respond to that, then they're more than likely saying one, two things, either like, who are you? Or they're saying, they're giving you some type of short answer from that. They're basically answering the question.
Okay, so are you doing this? So obviously you're using the platforms for Code Market, right? These are more market,
right?
And this is all social media.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question: how's your social media presence?
In terms of my profile?
Yeah. Do you have a lot of quotes, or do you have lifestyle? How is it on your or Facebook?
I mean, I think I'm biased, but I think it's a mixture of both. I don't post every day, but I think it's a mixture of like just normal, like being a normal person, and then different things. Like I'm scrolling through my Facebook. I went to Invest Fest. I had some alpha stuff.
Okay, so let me ask you another question, E. What do you feel is your biggest challenge right now when it comes to the message and the answering and the inviting? What do you think your biggest challenge is?
Personally, I think that I'm good for getting on the phone with somebody. I don't think that's been my issue with like getting contacted or getting connected, but it's learning how to pass them along. So like I get I can't say I get it, but the invite makes more sense when you already built that rapport and it's someone that you know, because you kind of have that information. It's like, okay, I'm calling you up 30, 40 seconds. Hey, so-and-so, I remember your goal, your vision, whatever it was, and you're moving through. But if you're meeting someone new, go ahead.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pass it over to Jason, where what I taught Jason's one of the best people that passes along. So right now, E, you are at the best place right now because you can get on the phone call with them. You're an attractive guy, you have a personality, and you have the charisma as well, and you have the drive. Then what you need to do is now you need to attach to what Jason's good at. Jason has me on a lot of three-way calls, and he knows how to pass somebody along. So what you're probably not doing is leveraging an idea, a system, or a mentor for them to get excited to want to know more. You want them to leaning forward, right? Mm-hmm. Right. When you go for a kiss with a girl, with your girlfriend, you want her leaning forward, right? You don't want her doing this.
Right.
Right. You don't want her going backwards. You want her leaning forward. Does that make sense? So yeah. Same thing, you want your prospects leaning forward. We call it the KISS method. And I'm gonna allow Jason to explain that to you because he's really good at moving the person forward. And to folks, if you're listening, just put listening in the chat. You want individuals, you want to BAM fam them. BAM fam doesn't just mean book a meeting from the meeting. BAM fam means they got to be looking forward to something. You want your prospects leaning forward and to tell me more information. I want more of what you have. I want more of what your mentor has. I want more of but you got to learn the leverage part. So Jason, I want you to explain that to E so that he can get that.
Yeah, perfect. Excuse me. Man, I got my juices, the carrot juice. But E, you remind me a lot of me, man. And I'm gonna share this because I'm just gonna act like I'm talking to you. You remind me a lot of me because you're doing the work, but you're just not, I would say, you're very polished when it comes to connecting to the person, but you are missing that last step. So one of the things that I would say for you, this is like homework for you to do. If your challenge is connecting them on, let's say, a 3-way call or getting them in front of Tierra or Caroline, then what you need to do at least 5 times this week is what I did with him. And you want to say, hey, Caroline, the next time you have a Zoom call, excuse me, the next time you have a Zoom call, I want you, can I listen into your Zoom call? Because what I got a lot with him was the behind the scenes, listening to how he was talking to the people. The shadow part, does that make sense? So for example, this is what I would say to do. And I'm doing this with a couple of people now because I'm really tweaking how I'm working with people. Because I remember, and I even shared this with Darren, one thing that Mr. Buck said, he said, it's not about just bringing in new people. He said, learn how to work with the people you already have.
Yeah.
Learn how to work with the ones you already have. So what I was doing was a lot of calls by myself, but I never showed people what I was doing. So I'm giving you a homework step, and then I'll tell you kind of how to do it. Let's say Tierra has a call at 2:00 and it's a one-on-one prospect. Message Tierra, say, hey, bro, however you're doing your call, I want to find a way to listen into the call that you're doing to see how you pass it as a 3-way to Darren or to Caroline, etc. All right, so that's number 1, because you want to get the live example, because there's only so much you're going to get from this versus you sitting in. Like I sat in when Darren was doing the 3-way calls and I listened to his transition. So you want to shadow him to a certain extent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you're, hopefully that makes sense. Number 2, when it comes to the past, like if I'm talking to you on a regular call, I have to make it and I just talked to Darren, he used a word called finesse and use it in a proper sense. All right. He said, you have to be smooth when you're communicating to people. He said, you can't be cookie cutter. You can't just say, well, hey, let me get you on a call with my mentor. It has to be extremely smooth. So if you have somebody that's leaning towards you, one of the best things that I love to do is, and it's 3 things I use. It's connect. I always say these words: connect, add value, and I'll use it in this sense. Hey, Elijah, I have a mentor and someone that's been working with me for 8 years, and I want to do you a favor. And the third part is favor. I want to do you a favor. I think it will add tremendous value to you if I'm able to connect you with my mentor so you can hear their story, to see if it can give you a clear idea on what we're doing, and also to help you make a decision. Does that make sense?
So Elijah, you have to make it. Jayla's really good at it. Mrs. Jackie's really good at it. A lot of the diamonds are really good at it. You have to, first of all, if you're on the call with them, you already have an idea of what they're looking for. You got to be the salesman you got to sell the hell out of the person you are putting them on the call with, the system you're about to put them on, the product, whatever it is that you're trying to sell. If I got Jayla on the call, hey, Elijah, listen, your story is in alignment with Jayla. She's young, just like you. How old are you, Elijah?
23.
20. Oh man, 23. I can't wait. Do you see the? It may be over exaggerating, but that sells people. Oh man, I can't wait until you meet Jayla. Jayla's a blue diamond. You don't even know what blue diamond means. That means she's done half a $500,000 in business in 1 month. everything's psychological in this business. $500,000 in 1 month, $500,000 in 1 month in 30 days. Or her and her mom are just like, I call them the two B's, Beyonce and Beyonce. Just they just both killing it. Wow. What? Yeah, let me see if Jayla has a little bit of time, because she's very productive, not busy. I never say busy. She's very productive and effective in her business. Let me see if she has enough time to talk to you and see if we can help you out. Does that make sense?
So do you do that on your initial conversation one-on-one? And that's after they share like what they're looking for, their story, whatever it is. And you went straight into the person themselves and you edified the person, or did you kind of attach that to like the
Elijah?
Yeah.
I'm the biggest cheerleader when you first meet me. You know who Mr. Bugs is? Who is Mr. Bugs? You not in yet? What? I make them feel like they missed out. You already missed. Oh man, that's okay. Listen, let me go ahead and connect you with. I'm the biggest cheerleader when I first meet you. You do this when it comes to your team. You do. Mr. Bugs talked about this in Orlando. You do this when it comes to your favorite football team. You do this when it comes to your favorite NBA team. You do this when it comes to your favorite soccer team. You do this when it comes to everything that's not going to make you money, but you never do it when it comes to your business is going to make you money. No, I'm the biggest cheer. I talk about T. Gray and MK. I'm like, I got MK's screenshot of him. It's kind of weird, but I'm like, do you know who customer service is? Dude, Elijah, do you know what I leverage in this business? I got two guys, T. Gray, Mark, MK. They both understand the field. I've never been a part of a company where the corporate understands the field of what we need. They've been top of the line in different companies. We're going to blow up because of the situation. We're going to blow up because of the system. We're going to blow up because, do you know, people buy off of your enthusiasm. They don't buy off of knowledge. They buy off your enthusiasm. Stop being too cool for school. Oh, you gotta let them know. I'm excited, man. I'm so excited to get you on a call with Jayla. I'm so excited for you to get on this opportunity call. And after the opportunity call, let's talk after the opportunity call. Just me and Jason's had a mentorship call before this call, and he told me his numbers. He said, yeah, I had 17 people on the call. I had 3 follow-ups. I say, what you did wrong was you invited them to the call, but you didn't give them the initial deal of, after the call, I want to have a 10-minute conversation with you, and I want to know what you love best about the call. That's all it is. It's the small things that make the big difference. Does that make sense to you?
Jump in with a quick observation, because a lot of incredible nuggets are flying. Like, people are getting smacked in the forehead with nuggets right now. It's like a food fight with all the nuggets, right? So I want to make sure people don't miss the nuggets. There's a bunch of things. So screenshot what's on the screen, everybody, because I've been taking notes, but I'm taking notes in a way that you guys can get the notes, right? So a bunch of things were just said. We just kind of rewinding a little bit. When you're sending your social media messages, tailor the messages to the people. That's why Darren asked him, are you sending a cookie cutter message, right? If it's not working, tweak it. Don't keep sending a message that's not working. If it ain't working, tweak it, right? And be intentional with your profile. Jason said, shadow your leadership to learn how they're being successful. And then there was this whole concept of connecting, adding value and favor in how you get a person on with to do the 3-way call. And Jason said, I think it would add tremendous value to you if I were to connect you to my mentor so that you can hear their story, understand what we're doing, and be able to make a decision. And what I like there is the embedded subliminal message that the intent of this is to make a decision, right? This is not just chat time. Darren was talking about some things, and what I noticed, this is not so much about what he said, but it was what he was doing. Focus on what you're selling at the moment. So when he was selling the three-way call, he wasn't trying to sign you up. Right? He was trying to get you on a three-way call, focused on that mission. So if you're selling, if the three-way call is the next thing, sell that. If watch the video is the next thing, sell that. If getting on a live call is profit snatchers is the next thing, sell that. Don't sell what you want to happen down the road. Keep focused on having them go through the steps. And then this last part about enthusiasm. People buy off of your enthusiasm. That's what PDDG said. And I learned a long time ago that the last four letters in the word enthusiasm, IASM, mean I am sold myself. That's what people are getting from you, that you're bought in. And so this was great. Elijah, there's more to this. You need to go ahead and book a personal session with your presidential diamond there so he can continue this. We got two other folks that we got to get on here. Hope you got some good stuff here. I'm going to check your numbers next week and see what happened. But before we go, Darren, I need you to give Elijah a homework assignment.
Okay. What Jayla said was very, very important. And what Mr. T. Gray just said was, I am sold myself. Dude, Elijah, you are amazing. You have a lot going on for yourself. I need you to see that. You don't, I don't want just the mentors to see that. What Jayla said, forget me, forget care. I'm not saying forget us, because but know that you're the man, dude. You're the one that's giving the opportunities out. And let them know what your vision is and sell your enthusiasm. Get excited. When I first joined the company, I came in, I told the people what I was going to do. Okay. Now you got to practice what you preach and preach what you practice. But I told the individuals what I was going to do. You know what they bought into? They bought into my vision. You have to do the same as that thing, E. Okay. And you got the mentors to do it. You got a lot of diamonds above you as well. You have, Tier, you have Tier's on my couch right now, listening in, taking notes. You have Caroline, you have David Sayers, you have myself. Yeah, you got all the help in the world, man. So all we need is you. We got your back. We need you to have your front and sell yourself. That's the biggest plan that you can sell, is selling yourself. All right.
Awesome.
The homework assignment is this: enroll 5 people in the next 2 days.
Do it. There you go.
Okay.
We're going hard on this one. We're going hard. Really good. All right, Elijah.
Hold on. I've got a question. Have you burned through your warm market?
You said, have I burned through it?
Yeah.
Yes, but I feel like there's people I probably didn't put on my initial list when I first. So I wanted to circle back through that because I probably was thinking.
Go back through your phone. There's probably how many numbers do you have on your phone for warm market?
Probably like 300. I did go through my personal contacts already.
Okay.
I think it's probably like they're connected to other people. So maybe I was thinking too directly and not like indirect.
Okay. Yep. Go back to that.
Let me say this too. I'm sorry, T. Elijah, stop being so cool too. You can't, I never forget what my mentor told me. D, you cool and broke at the same time.
That's crazy.
Don't let your enthusiasm, dude. You see me loud and I got my hands up and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Back then I had the light skinned eyes and join my business, and it wouldn't get me anywhere. I'm telling you this, Elijah, because I know you. You're a pretty boy. I know you. Stop it. Just tell them what the hell the deal is. Forget all this squinching, I'm cool. No, man. No. Go out there and do what you got to do, man. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I had just one real quick question in terms of demeanor, or posture, I guess you guys call it. When you're getting on a call with somebody, I'm assuming that they're getting on the call because they want something. So if there's not a following action, then does that basically mean that call was, I don't want to say it was a waste. I mean, you could say you planted the seed, but like, in terms of posture, like what's the mindset going into whenever you guys connect with a new person? Are you thinking immediately, how can I solve a problem or connect them to a resource? Or like, what's the
T Gray's the best person to answer this.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Stay focused on your mission, Elijah. Right. I'm piggybacking off of what Darren just said about being too cool, because I think we share that same issue. Right. And what you want to do is you don't want to you don't want to be a pretty boy who's doing business. You want to be a businessman who just also happens to be a pretty boy. Right. Mm-hmm. And so you're focused on your mission. Right. Think about, who do you respond to? Who do you respond to? You respond to people who speak from a position of authority and leadership. And so that's who you want to be, because that's who other people are going to respond to, right? People who speak from a position of authority and leadership. That's what you get from Darren. Whenever he's speaking from a position of authority and leadership. That's what people hear, right? And how he looks doesn't matter, it just helps. So that's the first thing. But in terms of what you're focused on going through the numbers, bro. You know, I mean, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the mall and you've been in the food court in the mall and they're giving out samples?
Yeah.
You're giving out samples. You can come try my bourbon chicken, come try my bourbon chicken, come try my bourbon chicken, right? And have you ever walked past that person because you just ate and you're not interested in bourbon chicken and you like, no, thanks.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do they think it was a waste of time to offer you bourbon chicken? No. Or have they forgotten about you as quickly as you continue to walk by? Because what they're doing is they are going through the numbers, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna give you and everyone listening an analogy that will help you stay focused on going through the numbers. And anytime you feel yourself getting stuck on a particular person, I want you to think about this image I'm gonna implant in your mind. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
We lock you in this room. And in the room is this giant bowl of beans. And there are red beans and white beans in the bowl. Okay?
Okay.
And we say, Elijah, if you can separate the red beans from the white beans in 60 seconds, this $1 million check is yours. And time starts now. What does it look like? What does your activity look like? Exactly, right? You're like red bean, red bean, red bean, white bean, white bean, red bean, white bean, red bean, white bean, red bean, red bean, red bean, white bean, red bean, white bean, white bean, right? At any point in time, do you ever stop and go, oh man, red bean, I so wish you were a white bean. Why couldn't you be a white bean, red bean? Are you gonna do that?
No.
Sticking. Hell no. You are separating beans furiously to try to get your $1 million, right? That's all you're trying to do. And if that didn't do it for you, we lock you in another room and we give you a key ring, like a janitor's key ring with a whole bunch of keys on it. And we say, one of these keys opens the lock. If you can get out in 60 seconds, this $1 million check is yours. Time starts now. What does your activity look like? Show everybody. What does your activity look like?
We're going through the numbers. We're going through them.
At any point in time, do you stop and say, oh man, shiny key, I knew you were going to be the one to get me out this door with my $1 million check? No, you just keep turning keys. Well, when you're going through the numbers, you're going through the numbers. You're looking for the people who are looking. And if they ain't looking, next. That's your mentality.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.
Wait, before you go, when Darren was talking, I was thinking about, I was on a phone with my brother one time, and Darren knows what I'm about to say, but I was on the phone with my brother one time, and he had just met Darren, and he was talking about how usually pretty boys don't have work ethic. They always just sit back and they're very cool. And he said, yeah, Darren's a pretty boy, but he works like he's ugly.
And on no, we're gonna Angel. Elijah, it's been real, bro. Looking for you at
That's
the
funny.
looking for you at the top of the charts.
Work like you ugly.
Work like you're ugly.
I still don't even know what that means.
Put that on a
Well,
t-shirt. Boomerang. Work like you're ugly.
Right,
ugly people don't mind getting dirty because they already ugly. So.
exactly.
Do we need a disclaimer on this? All right. Let's bring up Angel. Elijah, get out of here. We've had enough of Elijah Foster. Way to go, bro. It's time for Angel to turn on her camera. Where you at, Angel? I thought Angel was going to try to sneak out of here.
I'm here.
Very, very important question. The
Okay.
entire Ibüümerang corporate office needs to know. How do you say your last name?
Dublé.
Who is? Who said Dublé? Did you say Dublé?
Dublé.
Which-
I said Dublé.
Mark,
Yeah.
Mark wins.
Yep.
'Cause
And he was saying doublet.
we're looking
Yeah.
at right up, I'm like, oh, let's get Angel doublet on. And he's like, it's Dublé. I'm like, oh, you're all fancy with your pinky out and everything. All right, well, welcome to our live coaching session. You are our next sacrificial victim. And we're excited. So Diamonds, let me and introduce everybody to Angel, and let's put Angel's rank up on the screen. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay, I want to make sure I had Angels. Okay. Boom, Angel's rank up. So here we go, folks. Let's get her total numbers on. She's got 71 contacts in. She sent 71 messages. Of the 71, 63 have replied. That's 89% reply answer rate.
Wow.
62 of 63 got an invitation. That's a 98% invite rate. 32% 32 of the 62 said yes, which is a 52% accept rate. 31 of the 32 actually showed up or watched the video. We'll find out what that was from Angel in a minute. And at this point in time, no signups, no customers, 2 follow-ups, 2 not interested. So we can see where the work needs to be. And I now turn Angel over to our Diamonds.
I'm gonna let you guys talk because I know Angel too much. I already know her situation.
Don't
Every
Angel, don't get comfortable. He's like, he'll be back. All right.
all your numbers are good except for the close. Okay, ahead, Dave.
You
Right.
are I'm trying to, because this is live and it's gonna be on YouTube. So you are
Why am I holding my breath?
you what's the word I'm trying to say? You're very friendly. You're very attractive as well, and people lean into your aura. You have a very great aura. They buy into what you're saying. But you don't tell them it's just business. You don't let them know that what the business really is what I'm really trying to say. I think that all the numbers are phenomenal. You always have people on prospecting calls, but they're confused.
So Darren, let me cut to it. Are you saying that so first of all, let me ask you a question, Angel. What percentage of these folks are men?
Most.
99.
99. Okay. All right. So I'm starting to see the challenge. And you know what? I was gonna bring this up with Elijah because it was the opposite. Because I noticed when you asked him to read messages, everyone was female. Right? So you got a handsome guy reaching out to women. Now you got a attractive woman reaching out to men. So, okay. And before I turn you back over to these Diamonds, and I want Jayla in particular to address this, because, you know, Jayla experienced this a lot in Houston. I actually watched it. I witnessed it, right? Where she actually turned situations around where guys got wrong intention and they ended up buying a first class pack. So I'm gonna let Jayla lead on this. But as far as your numbers are concerned, here are the areas that I'm identifying as areas for improvement. Your invite acceptance ratio, right? You're 50%. That means that 50% said no, right? We should be able to get this number up to closer to 80% or higher, right? And then, but you're gonna need some help from Jayla in order to do that. You got almost 100% of the people that accept your invite actually watch, but we need to work on these conversions as well. So Jayla, why don't you dive in here and let's address this, because you know what? Because Angel, you can't help how you look. God made you that way, right? And the truth of the matter is, it can be an advantage if you learn how to use it properly, right? If you learn how to, you know, if God gave you a gun, if you learn to shoot, you'll be effective. Okay, so Jayla, have at it.
Thank you. Okay, so Angel, this is what I want to do first. I want you to close me. So you just showed me the vision. Okay, I'm so excited. I want to build. I'm telling you, I'm going to be your biggest builder yet. But what I want to do is I want to start with trading, but I just don't have the $180. Close me.
You don't have the $180.
No, I don't have it.
Okay. All right. What are you currently doing at this moment? What is your occupation? What is your career again?
I work at Bojangles.
At Bojangles. Okay. Well, maybe we can look at, do you have anything getting saved? Are you having a plan for saving for investing?
Yeah. I definitely have some savings, but you know what? I just thought about it and I really think I need to talk to my partner, because I know I have that in savings now that you mentioned it, but I've got to talk to my partner first, and then maybe we can make a decision tomorrow.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. But what were your goals? What did you really want to do?
I definitely want to make some money. I love the fact that you said that I can build a team and make a lot of money with that, but also you told me about the trading, and I absolutely love that. So I'm thinking that before I bring this to my people, I want to start trading first so that my people can see that this is real from me, and then we can go from there.
That sounds exciting. Well, do you think that would be a good thing to maybe start setting aside money to get that for Elevate, to get that started?
Yeah, it'll be a good thing,
Okay.
but I have to talk to my partner first.
Okay. Well,
So let me stop you. So let me stop
all
you.
right.
I
I
think
haven't had that one. I don't get that one very often, so I apologize.
No, you're good. So go ahead.
if I can interrupt, I think this is really good. But if you allow me to redirect you, I want to zero in on the challenge that Angel is actually having, which is most of the people that she is communicating with are men.
Mm-hmm.
And per the insight that Darren is giving us,
Mm-hmm.
it seems that they're getting it twisted in the beginning.
Right.
Mm.
That was going to be my point. I was
Right.
bringing it back. I'm bringing it back.
Okay.
So here's why I asked you to do that. First of all, I wanted to see your tone of voice when you were closing people. That's why I asked you to role play with me, because I want to know your tone. So you have to be able, you have to know, and this is a leadership skill, you have to know how to switch up your tone when you're talking to certain people. I was in control of that conversation the entire time.
As the
I
prospect.
kept telling you,
As the prospect.
as the prospect, I kept telling you what I was going to do. See what I'm saying? You never took back control. Now I know you might be a little bit nervous. I get it. But I did that because I wanted to see your tone of voice and how you redirect the conversation after you close. So when you're talking to men, I know I'm not a man, but when you're talking to men, you want to have a different type of tone. So you're very soft, you're very soft-spoken, and you're very like laid back. You're very like, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This is, and usually men like leadership. They like leadership. And you have to show them that there's a reason why they want to follow you and not just date you. Okay. So, but also you have to do it in a fascinating way, because men, they think differently. They're different. They operate differently. So you don't want to be too hard to the point where they're like, I mean, you flirted with me, you got me here, now all of a sudden you're too hard with me. So you want to be playful, but you want to be direct. And I'm sure you're direct, but your tone of voice is everything. That is what Darren was saying to Elijah when he was like, hold on, you're too cool. I need you to be more exciting. I need you to get more excited. So your tone of voice is going to change depending on the person that you're talking to, but you always remember that you're always in control of the conversation. It doesn't matter who you're talking to, man, woman, whoever they are, you're always in control. When somebody tells you that they want to trade first and not build, you've got to figure out why. Are you scared to build? Well, listen. Well, Angel, what rank are you?
Emerald.
You're an emerald. Okay, that means you did 80,000 in volume. I need you to ask me this question. Well, Jayla, I've done 80,000 in volume in a 30-day period. Don't you think I know what I'm doing? And I'm gonna say, wow, yeah, you definitely know what you're doing. Well, this is what I want you to do. Trading, it's gonna take you about 6 months to be consistent. If you wanna go on that journey, I'll go on that journey with you. But here's the thing. What I want you to do is I want you to build now, because I want you to have even more money for when you're ready to trade. And trust me when I tell you, I'm the right person that can get you paid now. Your return on investment, we can get that done ASAP. So here's what I want to do. If you set up an event for me, I want you to bring at least 5 people. And those 5 people, they have to be willing to turn $1,000 into $5,000. Do you know 5 people that want to turn $1,000 into $5,000? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Okay, bring me those 5 people, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get those 5 people started. I'll go ahead and get you started on your trading, but I want you to go ahead and get started with your online business. It's only gonna cost you $1,050. I'm showing you my leadership skills right now, because here's the thing, I wanna get you paid. I don't want you to wait 6 months. That's how you redirect the conversation. See what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. It's the same principle. What we're talking about is principles. So men, women, it's the same thing, but again, men are different. So you're gonna have to redirect them. You're gonna have to show them who's boss, who's in charge here. But you don't have to be, listen, I don't know what you thought this was, but this isn't what that is. You don't gotta F around to find out. Look, what we gonna do? You don't have to be like that. You don't have to be like that, but you do want to redirect the conversation and show them who's boss in a fascinating way.
But Jayla's
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
Maybe Angel needs to go to Atlanta for a little bit.
And I believe, you know, with Mrs. Bugs, the, you know, high valued woman, Angel, she teaches that because of posture. You have to have a certain posture. And everybody on the line, put yes in the chat. You don't even have to be attractive, or, you know, in the looks. You know, we are in a business where we build businesses with women and males, and single. You don't even have to be single. You can be married. It don't matter. We've all seen it in the industry of certain things. And Angel, you have to have a certain posture and do things the proper way. Jayla is my little sister. She's very attractive. You know, she talks about girls talking about me all the time. I go to her and tell her guys say some certain things about her all the time, but we're professionals.
I witnessed it, D. I witnessed it. We were out, and I watched the guys just all over Jayla or whatever, but it's really funny because I don't know what they thought they were coming to that meeting for, but they left with their pockets $1,000 lighter. And that's our business, right? I mean, she's sending me pictures. They're sitting there signing up in the computer. You know, they got the message of what this was about. So, you know, just a couple of things that I want to throw in there too, Ms. Dublé. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. All of this is really strong. You screenshot this and you keep this, right? Because you want to keep a leadership tone. You can do this in your written messages as well, right? In your written communication. Of course, you're trying to get people from Facebook to face or Facebook to phone as quick as possible. So then you're going to have to be able to do this in your tone. Practice this in the mirror. Practice this in the mirror. Practice this in your phone. Record yourself. Because what you want to be able to monitor are your facial expressions, your tonality, and your body language. Okay. Another thing that I want to challenge you to do, especially when you're in person, is keep your hands to yourself. Right? Don't touch, because that's a sign of possession. Right? So, you know, sometimes a woman will touch a guy, go, oh yeah, whatever. Don't do that. Right? Remember, you want to just kind of just stay in your box, you know, cool, friendly, but stay in that leadership box. I watched Jayla do this. She's not touching anybody. It's funny, they're following her around like little puppies, right? And I'm like, they're gonna follow her right into this business. You know, it was fascinating. My wife and I sat there, we're like, do you see, we're sitting here eating popcorn like this is a movie. So you can absolutely do this. Now, as far as these messages are concerned, your invites, what I want you to do now, do you guys have any specific information or guidance for Angel about her invitations?
No, I want to ask, how are you inviting?
Okay.
It depends on, oh, sorry.
Go ahead. How are you inviting?
Well, after I get to know them, I'm trying to figure out which route I need to bring them. Either I'm sending them a link or I'm inviting them to your call. And
How are you inviting? How are you inviting?
Like,
yeah, I want to know the verbiage. You're going around. I want to know the verbiage.
well, if I find out, you know, about them, which, like, for example, let's say, let me think of an example. Sorry, my brain goes.
What the way you need to answer this is with what you say. Don't tell them about what you say. Tell them what you say.
Angel, I want to say this too, because you texted me last time when you got nervous.
Yes.
We are the same. We're all human beings, and this is a learning experience. I know how your brain gets when you get nervous. So just be you. How are you? We're family on this call. How are you inviting the people? The verbiage. You're doing good.
Oh, well, when I'm inviting to your call, I definitely know exactly how to edify you. I speak about like what we're about to do, like what we did in the past. I watched our group do a certain volume up to 3 million. Now,
do me a favor. Read me one of your messages on how you invited.
now that's talking, like that's all verbiage. I don't want to, when I'm inviting, I'm doing it in person.
Perfect. I love it. So
yeah, I don't do it on text.
So you're doing, okay, that's even really good. That's better.
That's why, like, yeah, like it's either once I find out about them, I'm edifying where I'm going next. If I'm gonna do you, like your calls, I'm edifying you. If I'm doing, like if they're doing, if I think elevate, then I'm actually edifying, you know, well, check out this link. I'll talk about the program, the platform, and how it's come from Dubai, and to, you know, edify to watch how important that is and what's coming. So I kind of send those different things to have them have plenty of information of what's to come. And then as for elevate, so whatever I feel that they need to be directed to, I'll edify that and then send them the link. And majority of people are
Okay,
watching
so
things.
let me ask you, this is the real kicker, what I told Jason earlier today, this morning. When you're inviting them, do you say we're going to have an initial call after the call that you're going to be on?
Yes, I say I definitely want to speak to you afterwards. We're going to talk right after the meeting because I want to get your feedback on what you got from the meeting. Or if it's for the video, I'm gonna give you a call after, you've watched the video.
And how is that? And T-Gray or MK, what was the numbers when it came to the people jumping on the call right after?
Hold on, I'm getting there. Getting back there for a PDDG. Hold on, where did it go? Am I sharing?
Yep, I see.
So it was 62 invitations, half of them accepted, and almost 100% of them actually showed up to the presentation or watched the video.
And then right afterwards, no one got me started. Okay, so
Became a customer.
okay, so are you on the phone call with them afterwards when they get off the call?
Yes, I'm either messaging them or on the phone with them or calling them.
Are you trying to close the deal by yourself, or are you putting them on a three-way call with an upline?
Depends on if it's a video. I'm trying to find out what's the best thing you liked about the video.
So right now you're having challenges with closing them.
Yes.
What I would do is I would have them on a three-way call with an upline. Remember, we're here to help you. So I believe you need to get them on a phone call with your upline or whoever you're working with. It doesn't have to be an upline. It could be somebody that you're working with in the business to close them out. Remember, upline, forget upline. It doesn't have to be an upline, folks. Somebody that you're working closely with. I can have Jayla do my calls. I can have T Gray or MK. I'm not saying call MK or T Gray, but I can have anybody do my calls. In any story that relates with the person's story, I'm going to put them on a call with. Does that make sense? So it sounds like, Angel, you have a problem with asking for the card information. Let's get you started.
I have no problem with that.
Okay. So it sounds like okay. So I would want you to put them, so if they're not buying into you, then if they're not getting into the business. So put them on a call with somebody that has a higher influence than yourself, and they'll buy into the influence.
Yeah.
People buy into influence.
And edify them first.
Yeah.
So I thought I had this on the screen, but this is one of the most effective ways to learn how to close and improve your closing ratio is use three-way calls. Three-way calls, if you're using some, like, so for example, if, and definitely use the people that are in your lineage. But I'm going to use Jayla as an example. If you're in Jackie and Jayla's group, their close ratio is ridiculous. Right. So if you have the opportunity to use Jackie and Jayla and you're not, you're crazy, because you will learn how to close. PDDG is one of the best closers in the business. I mean, look how many frontline diamonds, how many diamonds he has in his organization. That tells you how effective he is and how effective they are. So use them, right? When I signed up in that first business, when I met Holton, Angel, I told Holton I'll sign up on one condition. And the condition was that I get to shadow you for 30 days because I knew he was the closer. I knew he knew what to say because he was closing me. And I just said, I just want to be around you and listen and learn what you do for 30 days. After that, I knew I could do it. And he did my three-way calls. I would pull my car over. I would sit on the side of the road and I'm taking notes like it's a movie script. Holton said, Carolyn said, Holton said, Carolyn, right? And then I would call him up afterwards and review. I would book time with him to review the three-way call. Hey, I noticed you went about it a little bit differently this way. Or here's one thing I heard that you said. Why did you say that? And under what circumstances do you say it? And after 30 days, I was launched because I wanted to learn from him. Now, here's the thing. Prior to that, in my corporate career, I was a closer, closing multi-million-dollar deals. But I put my ego on the shelf. I said, I want to learn how to close in this business. And so that's why I leveraged my upline. I wore Holton out for 30 days.
T, how many calls did you have Mr. Bugs on when you were working with him in 30 days?
It's impossible to count. Darren, whatever numbers he gave me, I blew those numbers out the water. I even tricked him into letting me do a meeting at his house. I told him it would be only 25 people. I had 75 people.
And Mrs. Earlene was mad.
She was hot. We rearranged her whole furniture, right? I had people sitting on her, right? Because when you have that opportunity, you need to run with it, because guess what? You won't have it forever. You're already an emerald, right? You're going to get pushed off the cliff like a baby eagle. It's time for you to flap your wings, right? So so we're going to go to Keegan.
Wait. Before we go to Keegan.
Wait. I just got a text. I'm sorry, sis. Jake just texted me and said, tell Angel I'm her blue diamond. Put me on calls.
There you go. So look at your lineup. You have Jake and Tier and Darren. And you are attracting men in your deal. You have 3 strong men who know how to talk to men who can help you close your deals. So my biggest coaching to you is going to be use your resources. Use your resources, right?
We got your back too. I mean, we got your back, Angel.
Yeah. So I mean, just think. I'm thinking like, I'm a dude. If you got me into your funnel, but the next step is you put me on with Jake, right? You got a high chance of closing me into your business for the right reasons. You see what I'm saying? So leverage your resources, and you're going to do great. And by the way, just a sidebar before I turn you over to Jayla, she's got something she wants to talk to you about. When you come to this call, you look fantastic. Your people are commenting that you came to this call dressed for success.
Oh, thanks.
You did not shortchange yourself on this opportunity. Good job. Jayla.
No, she did not at all. And exactly what you guys said was exactly what she needs to do. It's just that there's one thing I want to tweak, because I'm just listening to her, and there's one thing I want to tweak. So Angel, tell me how much volume you've done in this business.
Total?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
No, just in one. She won't know.
Like in 1 month, like you're emerald. So how much volume did you do?
80,000, right?
Yes. So you did 8,000 of volume. I want you to sit back a little bit, take your hair out a little bit.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell me again, how much volume did you do, Angel?
I did 80,000.
Or tell me again, but I want you to say it a little faster this time. So breathe for a second. Chest, yeah. Now tell me, how much volume did you do, Angel?
Kayla, I did 80,000.
That is what I'm talking about. This whole time we've been talking to you, and you've just kind of been like, kind of scared, shy, you're not really coming out, and you're not bringing it out. You came dressed for success. Now there's another part to that. So when you're closing, I know you're going to edify your diamonds. You've got Jake, you've got Darren, you have all these incredible people that now you can edify. But you came here, so I wanted to just give you that little tip right there. And when you're talking, especially men, I want you to do that. I've done 80,000 in volume. This is what I want to do. I'm going to get you on a call with a gentleman that said 500,000 in volume. His name is Jake Parton.
Mm-hmm.
You see, instead of, so yeah, I'm an emerald. I'm an emerald, and I've done 80,000 in volume, and no.
Yeah, Jayla, you're onto something here. So Angel, yeah, you definitely don't want to be like the femme fatale, right? Like when I think of the powerful women in this business, in our company, I think of Jayla, I think of Jackie, I think of Desi, right? Would you agree that Desi is a powerful woman
Mhm.
in our business? Okay.
Mhm.
I want you to, in your mind, think of Desi. Okay. Now, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to say, I did 80,000 in volume the way, and pretend you're Desi though. You're not you, you're Desi. Pretend you're Desi. Say it.
Oh. I did 80,000 in volume.
That's pretty damn close, right? But, and here's why I'm telling you to do that. In my corporate career, in the early stages, when I was a little shy about asking for the deal, my boss, the senior vice president, was Rich Gotham, and he was a badass closer. So what I would do when I would be in the boardroom and he wasn't there and it was time to ask for the deal is I would pretend I was Rich. In my networking career, in the beginning, when I was still trying to figure out my way of asking for the deal, the badass closer that I had was Holton Bugs. And so what I would do when Holton wasn't there is I would pretend I was Holton. You need to figure out who you can model after so that when you're in that space and there's nobody there, don't be you, be them until that becomes natural for you. Okay? Like Jayla said, forget the hair flick, forget the of yourself, and you want to boss up and be like, look, I did 80,000. I'm on my way. My next target is 200,000. I want to put you on the phone with my business partner who's already done $500,000 in volume monthly, so you can understand exactly what it is that we're building, exactly where it is that we're going. And like Jason said, you may even be able to make a decision. Boom.
I love it.
Angel, you played. That's what I'm talking about. She survived the Shark Tank. That's what I'm talking about. Good job, Angel.
Thank you.
Don't go too far because we got a picture we're going to take at the end.
Okay.
Egan, you have had plenty of opportunity to run away, but yet you did not. You are still here. So all the way from, I think Keegan's from Zimbabwe. All the way from Zimbabwe, let's bring to the table our boy, Keegan Barrett. What's up, Keegan?
What's up, everyone? How you guys doing?
All right, we're good. All right, how do you say your last name? Is it Barrett or Barat?
Just Barrett is fine.
Okay, all right. We see, you know what flight school is, right?
Yes, I've watched a few times, yes.
Flight school is where international names come to die.
Wait. You watched it a few times.
Uh-oh.
Many times, Darren, many times.
Okay, you want to change that verbiage. You was about to get, you almost got booted out flight school.
Many times.
You didn't watch it every time.
Every time, exactly.
You're in Zimbabwe.
Yes, that's correct.
That's where you're from.
Yes, I was actually born and raised here. So I've been here my whole life. I was recently in America for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I came back this year, back to Zimbabwe.
Where did you live in America?
I was in Arkansas. So I had a rugby scholarship to Arkansas State University. And that's where I got connected with Jason.
Ah, nice.
So, okay. And so tell us how you came to be in Ibüümerang. How'd you end up in the business?
So I actually met Jason online back in 2019, and I tried to join his previous company, but they did not offer the opportunity to people from Zimbabwe. So a funny story about that, I had actually convinced my rugby coach to lend me his social security number. So I was about to try and roll with Jason back then in his previous company with my coach's social security number. And then just as I was about to do that, his wife suggested that that's pretty crazy to do that. So I missed out on that opportunity. But then when Jason moved over to Ibüüm, he let me know, and I watched the presentation and I'm like, put me in. And yeah, that was a while back in 2021. So I was a part of the initial launch with Darren and Jason. However, the university told me that due to the fact that I was an international student, if they caught me running any type of business online or not, they were going to deport me. So I had some type of gray cloud at the back of my mind. So I didn't actually take action. And I left America and I came back here and I got back into the business a few months ago.
All right. All right. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the business and welcome to the hot seat on our Diamond Shark Tank. So we'll put your numbers up. Here we go. We can put your numbers up. All right. Diamonds. Here we go. Keegan's numbers. 367 contacts entered into the system. 367 messages sent. 82 messages answered, which is 22%. 47 messages answered, which is 57. Sorry, 47 invites, sorry, which is 57% invited. 23 invites accepted, which is 49%. 20 of the 23 actually showed up at the presentation or watched the video. That's 87%. No conversions to ambassador and 1 new customer. 16.
I actually don't have a customer.
You do not have a customer.
I think that's a glitch by rank up.
Well, that's a card that you slid over to play around. Okay, no problem.
It's not even in there. There's no card there. I don't know why it has 1.
All right. If you stop there on the way over, it may have logged in. But in any event, no customers, no ambassadors. Visually, my points of questioning would be the message. Under what circumstances are people getting invited? Because we only have 47 out of 82. What does the invite look like? 23 out of 47. So Diamonds, the floor is yours.
I'll start with this one. And I want to hear Darren and Jayla's feedback with Keeg. I think one of the things, Keegan, and we talk about this all the time, is that, and you guys probably hear my daughter running around. So there she is, she's saying hi to Greg. But Keeg, we don't do enough 3-ways. And that right there, when I look at the, and you can explain to them how you put the names on Ranked Up when you first started. I think that'd be good for them to know. Because what Keegan did, he just added all the contacts that he had in his phone to the message sent from years ago. So they're not as recent when it comes to, and I think a lot of people did that. You know, they added the messages sent from years back or months back to the new Rank Up system. So most of them aren't as recent. But one of the biggest things that I feel will transition your business is the 3-way, is getting those people in front of another story and you mastering the invite. But I'll let you explain your process, bro. And Jayla and Darren can kind of chime in, because it's good for you to hear from them other than me.
Yeah. So initially, when I started with Rank Up,
Keegan, before you go in,
sure.
Before you go in, what are you inviting them to? What presentation are you inviting them to?
So whenever you would have a launch call, my whole process would be to invite them to that. Otherwise, if there wasn't any launch call.
Wait. I only have launch calls when we do in the beginning of the month. So we're at the end of the month. So what are you inviting the people to? Not just my launch calls. What else are you inviting them to?
So the first thing I try to do is to get them on the phone with me on a conversation. And then I would send them an I decide. And then after that, I'll try get a 3-way with Jason.
So the numbers of the presentation is the I decide, is what you're saying.
Presentation sent is I decide sent. And then the presentation seen, I don't know what exactly it is. That's an I decide opened. Like if they watched the presentation, or if they attended a Zoom, or if I was on a phone call and I finished the phone call, that would be classified as that.
So are most of your prospects, you're using I decide for most of your prospects then?
Not necessarily, because a lot of times I get on a phone call and then, I don't know what I'm saying wrong. Obviously, a lot of things, and then I don't end up sending them an I decide.
All right, so the question is, there's a number that says, I think it was 40. What number was that, T. Gray?
Yeah, let me bring that up, and then let's help Keegan get clear on that, so Darren can give you some good coaching. And by the way, the question is already coming up now. Can you add I decide to rank up? So I decide is not directly integrated, but if you have someone watching I decide, that means that it's a presentation view. Move the card over to the presentation view column. So Keegan, you're inviting people to a presentation, right? Let me ask you, in terms of your presentation tools that explain the business to a person, what is your list? I decide. So I decide is part of your list. What else?
So I use the Ibüümerang I decide, the Elevate I decide, or a few rank up testimonials, and sometimes if there's a launch call or something like that, as a somewhat of a presentation. Yeah.
So when your presentation view column, are all of those things are represented in that column?
Yes.
Okay.
So a presentation view, they watch the I decide, or they watched a presentation, or they attended a Zoom presentation. That's what's in there.
Okay.
So he's using different types of presentation vehicles.
Yes.
Okay. So you can stop sharing screen, T. Gray.
Gotcha.
Keegan, you gonna be Frank?
That's all I need, Darren. Frank.
Okay, awesome. Good. You're not inviting people to the calls. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you're using the I decide, which is good. But our business, our team that you're a part of, we have a call every single day that a leader's doing. You're not properly inviting them to the call, and you're not in close communication with Jason. What I would do is this. See, this is the fluff that we have with rank up too. You can put the numbers on rank up. You can try to BS a diamond all you want, folks. You ain't gonna BS people that understand the business. Jayla, you're not gonna be at Cesar, you ain't gonna be at, I promise you, you're not gonna BS us. Based on the questions we ask, we know if it's fluff based on the answer that it gives. So Keegan, this is good. This is not a beat up. It's a pickup. I want you to understand that I need to invite more individuals to the calls that we have daily. You can utilize, I know Jason has a call daily. You know that our team has a call. All of my elite diamonds and Jake and Desi and some other diamonds as well have calls daily. I would believe that you need to go with Jason and share with him how many people you have on calls daily to make sure that we can keep track of your daily quota. We're not looking for a big number, folks. We're not looking for a big number of how many people you bring on the calls. What leaders are looking for is consistency. We're looking to see if you can stay consistent daily, every day. Okay. I believe I decide is a perfect thing you can send people. That's one category that you can do. I think you said elevate as well. Absolutely. Donnie Pips, a deal that he does. That's a presentation as well, even though that we're trading together when it comes to customer base. Jayla, when it comes to profit snatchers, that's a presentation as well. Even though that she's sharing stories, it's still, all these are still presentations in a way. So you got to categorize. I think it was Jayla that said, you got to know the people that you're going to put on which call. You shouldn't put everybody on my call. I'm going to choose some people up that's not ready for my call. You don't want to put everybody on profit snatchers. You don't want to put everybody on Donnie Pips. You got to put people in categories on what they're looking for. Does that make sense, Keegan?
Yes.
Because what they're looking for, you don't want to sell a house to a person that's looking for a car. You want to make sure you know what they're looking for. But Keegan, you have to be truthful with your leader. We can't direct you to where you want to be if we don't know where you are. We're not looking for quantity. We're looking for quality. Mr. Buck said it best with our Ruby retreat that we're doing here in October. He said, Darren, I'm not looking for 100+ people. I'm looking for quality, not quantity. So I'm not looking for you to pack out a room or a call with 500 to 1,000 people. I'm looking for you to bring individuals that's hungry. So Keegan, we have to know where you are, okay? So where are you at right now when it comes to you bringing people in weekly? Let's go there. Let's not even look at the rank up. Let's go there right now. Tell me the heads and the butts and the seats and the ears that you have on calls. How many people are you doing weekly when it comes to presentations? It don't matter what presentation it is. How many people do you have?
Well, if it's any presentation, I decide the rank up presentation or a call. I'm probably doing around 2 a day on average.
2 a day.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 14 people a week. So how many? So if you're having them on presentations, are you not? So Jason, you're his mentor. How many a week does he have you on three-way calls?
We have, how many three-way calls have we done, Keeg? It hasn't been a lot. So yesterday, when I did the launch call, I think you had 3 people on, and we talked to one after.
Not the launch. I'm talking three-way calls, not a launch.
Three-way calls are non-existent, pretty much.
All right,
That's
so hold on. So you got 14 people that you plugged into a presentation, but you didn't bam them to a leader, and you didn't get them on a three-way call with a leader. So that's 14 people. You're wasting your time right now. You have to plug in those 4. You have to keep track, because like Mr. Buck said yesterday on our team call, that is your banking account. That's your schedule. That's the people you need to be talking to. You have to keep track of those individuals. So how can we change this, Keegan? From we're not going to beat the horse that's dead. How can we change the 14 people that you're not doing a three-way call with, that see the presentation, that sees the I decide, that sees Jason's call, that sees Jayla's call, that sees Donnie Pipp's call, anybody's call? How can we change that and maneuver them into a three-way call?
Well, so far I would say my invite process is pretty rubbish, just to be frank. And I think that's what's affecting me right now. I think the thing that's affecting me the most is the fact that I have no results, and I'm trying to get results as quick as possible. So I'm coming off with an aura of desperation, possibly. So I'm not really fostering the conversations and building up the connection long enough so that they want to trust me enough to watch the presentation and then get on the call. I'm not putting enough value and not making them want it enough, because I'm just possibly coming off, as I said, with a bit too much desperation, in all honesty.
All right. Perfect. So it's not the three-way call that's the problem, Jason. It's the invitation, is what you're saying, Keegan, right?
Yes. That's what I'm trying to master first, is the invitation.
Perfect. Tell me how you're inviting.
So I've got one message that's quite direct and one that's not so direct. So the one that's direct, I'll be in some type of group chat that has to do with making money some type of way. And then I ask them, how are you doing? I see you in this group chat. I wanted to just ask you if you found a way to earn an income from home yet. That's one example. Then the other example is a lot more indirect. And it's basically, those are the conversations where I have to spend a lot more time trying to get to know each person.
Let me ask you a question. Are you inviting people just through text message?
So at the end of the text message, I ask them, if you're open for a conversation to exchange ideas, let me know. I would love to connect. And then it goes from there.
My question was, are you inviting people just through text message?
I only invite them if I'm on a call with them.
So you do on the call?
Yes.
Okay,
so the message is to get them on a call, then I get them on a call, and then I invite them to a three-way or a presentation. And in between that period, I say, watch this, I decide, so you know exactly what's going on. And then we can get on the call with my mentor. Or yeah.
All right. So you're doing very well when it comes to the bonding part. and at least getting them on the call.
Yes,
That's-
I do that 2 to 3 times a day.
Oh man. If you do that 3 times a day, you can be a diamond this month. All you need is a little tweak.
Yes.
You've already went through the hard part, which is getting them on a call.
Yeah.
So now you need to now maneuver that into leveraging the person. We brought this up with I believe it was Elijah, leveraging the person, the call that you're going to put them on. Your leverage skill has to be good. The leader that you're going to put them on a call with, which is Jason, you're working with Jason. The product, if they're a customer, to listen to the stories, which is Jayla's and Donnie Pipp's deal that they have. And I know David Hunt has certain things too. I don't want to miss anybody. We have so many calls. And the system that we have, our team has a system as well, or a lifestyle. So we just need to now sharpen your tools when it comes to how you leverage certain things. Does that make sense? Because you already did the groundwork of putting them on the call. That's the hardest thing for most people, is getting them on the call. Jayla, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I have a few questions. Keegan, do you believe that you can make money here?
If I'm totally honest with you, I do have some type of perception where I don't fully believe. Like, I need to sell myself every single day in this, because I've been apart since 2021. And, it's my fault I haven't had results, but that's somewhat affecting my belief. So when I go to speak to people, they don't feel the conviction in my voice.
Exactly. And I can tell on this call. I can tell, I know that you believe in your leadership. I know that you believe in the company. I know that, but we have to get you to a newfound respect to network marketing, period. Because a lot of times people just go through they're just going through the motions. They're just going through the numbers. They're doing exactly what everybody's telling them to do, but they're just going through it. So it goes back to the belief, right? I know you believe in the company, but do you really believe you can make money? And if you haven't made any money, within your first 30 days, if you haven't made your first paycheck, your belief just continues to go down. It just continues. So now what we have to do is we have to go back to the basics, is the believing. Remember when you first got started and you were so excited? I'm not talking about Ibüümerang, network marketing, period. When you were so excited and you just knew you were about to be a millionaire tomorrow, like it was getting ready to happen. So it's that excitement that we need to bring back into your life. How do we do that? We can't go back in time, but what you can do is how you get new excitement in this business is you bring on at least one person, because their excitement is going to be, it's going to rub off on you. How do you do that? You do that with the tools that Darren just told you that you have. But he said so much. I didn't even know y'all had all that. He said so much. And I'm like, and you have 300 and something. And no, it's because you're going through the motions and you don't believe. You truly don't believe. When Desi came into the business, I saw her do a live presentation. It wasn't that great. Not to talk about her, but she had already hit diamond.
Yeah.
Hold on for a second. Somebody that doesn't really know how to present. She doesn't know she didn't even know we had trading or travel. None of that was even, it was just, she just did it because Darren told her to do it. But it wasn't that Darren told her to do it. It was because she believed she could. And Darren was the tool that just fueled her fire. So all this, all these tools that you have is great. And it's really, it's going to help you. It is. But you also have to help yourself, and you have to believe. And you have to know what it is that you have inside of you. That's what I was trying to tell Elijah, is you also have to know who you are. Keegan, what's the highest rank you hit in Ibüümerang?
0. I've done nothing.
Okay, you haven't done any ranks. That's okay. That's okay. We just have to go back to the drawing and get your excitement back.
So let me dive in here and help with that. Because this is a very, very, very point. And Keegan, don't feel bad. There are a lot of people in the same position. And what I applaud you for most is that you're still here. You have not quit, which makes you a champion, right? I mean, it ain't over until you quit, right? So the fact that you're still here is major, 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 says a whole lot about you. And I think it has something to do with the fact that you're an athlete. You probably don't know how to quit, right? Which is good, which is very good. But I'm going to put this on the screen. There's a few things I want to, just listening to this, that I want to bring to bear. Okay. So on this topic of belief, and this is to everyone. This was said already earlier in the training. I don't know which of our diamonds said it, but people buy your belief, right? People are like dogs. Dogs can tell if you're afraid. If you're afraid, they bite you. If you're confident, they lick you, right? Dogs have a sense. They can sense it. You don't have to say it. It's coming, it just comes through, right? So per Jayla, you're gonna have to get yourself into a place where when you are communicating with people, you are communicating from a sense of belief and high vibration, okay? So what can you do? You can listen to some motivational stuff. You can play some great music, do some push-ups, real push-ups, whatever it takes to get yourself into a place where you are fully awake. Thank you, Jason. Where you're fully awake and you are now in this place. Another thing, always, everybody write this down. Stand up when you're speaking to people on the phone to talk about this business. Stand. Your energy in conversation is different when you're standing than when you're sitting, and definitely never be lying down. Okay. All right. If your belief is shaky, which is reasonable, borrow someone else's belief. That plays back to what I said before about me pretending to be someone else, right? Okay, you're in a place where you haven't gotten any results. You've been in for a while. Okay, your belief is a little shaken. When you get on the phone, pretend you're Jason. When you get on the phone, pretend you're Darren. It's actually quite liberating because you just kind of have a different level of freedom when you get on the phone as Darren than when you get on the phone as you. You'll say things that you would not normally say, and you'll say them in a way that you would not normally say them. And here's what happens. You will get results. Quick story. Holton was doing a three-way call for me with one of my friends, Carolyn. And this is one of those times I pulled my car over and I sat and I listened and took notes. And she asked him at the end, she said, well, I'm looking at another company, XYZ. Why should I choose your company over this company? And it was fascinating what Holton said. You guys, check this out. He says, well, I don't really know much about company XYZ, and I'm sure it's a great company, and I'm sure you'd be working with great people. Notice, by the way, he didn't put the company down or the people down, right? But this is what he said. He said, but there is one thing that I know for sure that we have in our company that they do not have in company XYZ. And she says, she took the bait. She says, what is that? And he says, me. He goes, I don't know who you'd be working with over there. And like I said, I'm sure they'd be good people. But here's what I do know. People who work with me make money. I'm telling you right now, I almost jumped out of my car and ran down the street. I was just so, right? So I wrote that down. And I said, you know what? I'm going to say that. Now, I'm new in the business. I have no results. Keegan, the first time I said it, it was not true in any dimension but the future. It wasn't true in the present. It wasn't true in the past. It was only true in the future. But then people, so I had to say it as Holton. I couldn't say it as me. And I said it like he said it. And people followed, and they followed my instructions, and they started making money. So that the next time I said it, it was true in the present. And as I continued to say it, it became true in all three dimensions, past, present, and future. Okay, so that's what I mean by borrow someone's belief. That's how you're going to jumpstart your car. You're not going to be able to turn yourself back into day one sign up, but that's how you can get it going again. All right, everybody writing that? Now, I want to talk to all leaders. Everybody out there who's out there sponsoring people. This is an object lesson in why it is your responsibility to get your new person a check in their first week. You want to get your new person a check in their first week, because new people come to the table the most excited they'll ever be is when they first sign up. And if you want to continue to leverage that excitement, you move them down the road. Get them in, keep them in, move them along. That's your job. So that's why Holton taught me. It's why he taught Darren. It's why he taught Mark. He taught us. We asked the same question. How do you want to get your business going? How do you want to get paid? You want to get paid slow or fast? Fast. Great. Here's what we're doing. Here's when you're going to do your first call. Nothing. It's on the screen there. New people are the lifeblood of your business. Nothing creates excitement like a new sign up. Get your new person a sign up in their first week. Your job is not done when they sign up. Your job is not done when you get a fast start bonus. Your job is done when they're getting paid and they're advancing ranks. You just had a baby. And when you sign up a new person, I want you to, you just had a baby. Could you imagine a mother has a baby, like, okay, I'm done, walks away. Leave the kid in the hospital with the nurses. No, your job has just begun, and it ain't done until they're 18, 25, 30, 50, because I know my wife is going to be mothering my son until one of them leaves this earth. So we have a responsibility as leaders to get a new person a check in the first week. Vita, you just sponsored somebody. She's got to get paid. She's got
so that lady that she just sponsored, she already started trading on her demo account, but she's made $200 in her, so she's fired up.
She got $200 trading, and she has 4 people in the process of signing up.
Yep.
What does that mean? That's that excitement. I'll tell you what you just bought yourself with that. 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks. Don't get comfortable. That just got you 2 weeks, right? You got to keep doing it. All right.
Yeah, too great. Can I interject something really quick?
Absolutely, bro. Go for it.
Yeah. And I'll say this on behalf of Keegan's story, because he only gave y'all like the snippet of his real story. He got in when we transitioned, and I think this helped a lot of people that have been in the industry before, because for him, he's a green, very analytical. And I'm so glad, Jayla, you brought up the belief, because that was it for him. Like, he's got the skills, he's got the demeanor, he's polished, he's lacking the belief. And when he got started in BüüM, Keegan, I forget, this was when we first launched off, or maybe a few months after we actually transitioned here. You brought in like maybe 7 to 10 people that were your friends. So Keegan did recruit people fast in the beginning. And when I contacted him again, it was months later, maybe a year later, he wanted to relaunch. But his biggest thing was my belief system when it comes to the friends that I brought in first. I don't know if I can, it was pure belief, had absolutely nothing to do with skill. So I think that a lot of people are going through that, especially dealing with friends in war market, because you bring in your friends and family, they bash your name, they bash, everything that you've been in. And so that's what Keegan is getting through right now. So I'm so glad you guys talked on that, because I believe a lot of people, everybody on the line, like Darren, you talk about it on the masterclass, is belief system.
But the thing is, Jason, you don't need belief for you to go diamond. You You think every diamond that went diamond in my business believed they was going to go diamond? T. Gray, MK, when Mr. Bugs was doing $30+ million a month in business, and there was diamonds popping out like popcorn, do you think did all of them really believe they were going to go diamond, or were they just at the right place at the right time and they were following the system?
Darren, you just stepped on another landmine for us to launch as a whole nother conversation that we need to talk about during our diamond call, right? Because what you just talked about is the power of everybody getting on the same page in the culture, right? Because when he was doing that, everybody was doing the same thing. All you had to do is put your boat in the water and you could go diamond. Like you'd literally pick up your phone and go, oh my God, I'm a diamond, right? So that's what we're working to create. And so for every diamond watching this, my challenge to you is, you heard what Darren just said? That's what we need to coalesce on that and make that our thing. Every emerald on the line, that's what we need to do. Everybody who wants to be an individual and do their own thing, stop. Holton said it. I was a fly on the wall on the call he did for you yesterday, Darren. Me, Mark, and Anna. We were sitting on the other side of his camera. And I heard him say it. He said the same thing that I said to Vita 2 days ago. It's not what works. It's what duplicates. We have to do the things that everyone can do. That's what I love about the coaching you're getting from these 3 diamonds here today. They're not coaching talent things. They're coaching system things, because system things are what make the difference.
And that's, Mr. Bug said yesterday, everyone's in the same room, but listen to different music. Jayla, I'm her big brother, and family, we argue. There's certain situations Jayla didn't like about me. There's certain situations I didn't like about Jayla. There's certain situations Jayla didn't like about Jason. T. Gray, there's a lot of situations I don't like about your behind.
Whatever. You love me. You love everything about me.
There's certain situations I don't like about MK. But yet we understand we're family. We stay in business. We never talk down about anybody. We never downgrade anybody. Why? Because we're not picking on anybody's bones. We're messing up our income too. You're jacking up your income, and everybody's in the same room listening to different music. No, Mr. Bugs talked about yesterday, every band needs to play the same music. And Keegan, when you do that, that's how you'll do 50 million in 1 month, 30 million in 1 month in business, and you'll move up in rank, and you'll do a lot less work with, but Mr. Bug said 95% mentality, 5% strategy, and watch where things, but the 5% can't happen, T. Gray and MK, if everybody's not playing the same music. It kills me when I see people talking down on individuals. I got it going on right now, talking down. I'm like, you killing your business. You're killing your money right now. You're not killing me. You're killing your money. That's what it is.
Matches. So Keegan, let me teach you the song. You ready? I'm gonna teach you the song. Here's the song. This is what these guys were teaching you a minute ago. Okay. So this is the process. You're going to create your work. You were talking about 2 people a day, whatever. And this is why Darren said you can go diamond. If that's what you're doing every day, if you're putting 2 new people in process every single day, and you follow what's on the screen, you'll go diamond. So you make your list, or you do your invitation. The person attends a presentation. You follow up. You do a 3-way call. At the end of the 3-way call, they're going to either be ready to go or not ready to go. They're ready to go, sign them up. They're not ready to go, bam, fam them to the next presentation. What's bam, fam? Book a meeting from a meeting, right? So they now they go to the next meeting, whether it's another Zoom, profit snatchers, watch another video. And at the end of that, what do? Follow up, another 3-way call. Okay. And at the end of that three-way call, they're going to be either ready to go or not ready to go. If they're ready to go, you sign them up. If they're not ready to go, what do you do?
Another BAM fam.
Bam, fam again, right? Another presentation, another exposure. At the end of that exposure, what do you do? It's on screen.
Sorry, I'm on the phone right now. I mean, another presentation, or get them signed up.
Right.
Yeah.
So they did a presentation. Now you're going to follow up again. You're going to do another three-way call. And if they're ready to go, they're going to either be ready to go or not ready to go. And you're going to keep doing this until they do one of three things. They sign up as a business partner, they sign up as a customer, or they give you a referral, or they tell you to leave me alone. Now, everybody watching, not just Keegan, this is what you need to do. Can I tell you why people don't do this? Because you're completely disorganized. Every one of these goes in your calendar. Everyone in your calendar should be getting full. Follow up. So I have a code in my calendar. Follow-ups are FUP, name, right? Three-way calls, 3W or three-way, right? Should be plugging those in your calendar, should be full. If you got a job, your evening calendar from 5 to 9 should be full of FUPs, three-ways, and presentations. That's it. That's your whole job right there. As a matter of fact, your rank up will help keep you organized, because on your rank up, on your dashboard, there's a follow-up reminder section. So if you're scheduling the follow-ups on the cards, they're going to show up here. Just click on yours, so it only shows you your follow-ups. And and also you have in your contact section, in the card section, you have the follow-up cards as well.
T-Greg, quick question.
Yes,
with
sir.
the cards, are we able to like add a card, like where it says present new ambassador? Are we able to add like a three-way card?
A three-way call is a follow-up. I'll talk to the developers and see, obviously we make too many columns, it's going to get a little crazy, but maybe a three-way call column would be a good one. Mark, let's remember to talk to our people about that. But the bottom line is, we've done some coaching sessions with people who are really making great use of this. Keegan, make sure you use this. This is an extension of your calendar. These follow-ups, right? Let's look at Lucy. You want to make sure you have a follow-up date, right? And you want to put the follow-up date in there on your dashboard. It's going to show you the follow-ups, and you also put them in your calendar. But this is
things I wanted to say to Keegan before we go, but go ahead.
no problem. You're up next. But this is the rinse and repeat, everybody. This is the rinse and repeat. Just keep moving people down the line. That's it. If you're dropping two people in the top of this every day, it's just a constant flow.
I want Jay. No, I want you to pull that back up really quick, T. Greg. I want Jayla to end this off for us, because she's going. I hate going behind Jayla. She's always out.
Jayla, do you want this up on the screen while you're talking, or?
You can have it on the screen. There was just two things I wanted to say to him. Well, really everything. I guess really to everybody. What this says to me, it just reminds me of the very simple system that we teach within our organization is PS3. Pique their interest, show the plan, three-way call. So just remember PS3. This is too much because I'm very direct, I'm very red. So this is a lot of information for me. So PS3, pique their interest, show the plan, some way, somehow, three-way call. Second thing I wanted to say to you is when I asked you what rank you hit and you said 0, that's okay, because I want you to remember this. When Holton Buggs touched down in Organo Gold, there was $0 in sales, $0 in sales. He took that company from $0 in sales to $3 billion in sales. It was him and 5 other individuals. when you're talking to people, that's all you can say. Listen, my CEO took a company from $0 in sales to $3 billion in sales. He did that with 5 other people. I'm looking for. You don't have to say where you are. You don't have to say what rank you hit. Oh, I've done 80,000 volume. Listen, this is what my CEO's done. I know I can do it too. I'm looking for my 5 as well.
Hey, Jayla, I love that. My CEO took a company from $0 in sales to $3 billion in sales. And now we're doing it again.
Exactly. But this time, 50 billion.
There you go.
So, and you use that same principle, you know, it's just a principle. You can use that same principle. So if I'm just talking bigger numbers for people that are going for bigger goals, like if it's $1 million you're looking for, listen, my CEO, he did $0 in sales. He did $3 billion in sales. I'm getting ready to do $1 million. And I need 10 people doing at least $100,000 a month. Do you want to be one of those 10? I mean, 100 people. I need 100 people doing at least $10,000 a month. Do you want to be one of those 100? It's just a principle that you use. You can change the wording up a little bit, but it's a principle. So it doesn't matter where you are right now. Just talk about, because we were talking about belief. So talk about Darren's story, talk about Holton Bug's story, talk about their story and tell them, you know, this is what we're getting ready to do. Do you want to be part of my top 5? Same thing with Elijah when he said that, you know, he's only doing the cold market right now. Listen, if I gave you a piece of real estate, it's a multi-million-dollar piece of real estate, who would you get that's going to be a part of that real estate deal with you? It costs $1 million to get in. It's 100% going to get you $1 million. Anybody that invests into this deal, it's 100% going to get them $1 million. There should be no reason why you have 300 contacts in your phone, warm market, and you can't get at least 5 of them.
None of those were my warm market. They're all cold market.
Not you. I'm talking about Elijah. Not you.
Okay.
Elijah.
Yep.
Elijah. But going back to you, you know, if this is a multi-million-dollar deal.
Billion-dollar deal.
Right. Exactly. Multi-billion-dollar deal. Who's on your board of directors? Contact them now.
All right. Well,
Dang, Jayla, I want you to go last. I'm over here taking notes, and I guess bye. Jayla always. T Gray, really quick, 30 seconds. Pull that up really fast. What you said. Folks, if you're confused, if you have anything, any questions, this is what you need to be preaching right here to your people. Every time you bring somebody in, you want to make sure your whole team is on schedule. Let's say if you have 4 different legs, 5 different legs, let's say you have 10 different legs, you know, and one leg is not preaching the same or singing the same song. You can mess up your way to your billions. You can mess up your way to, are people going to do things differently? Absolutely. But T Gray, we hear it all the time. MK, we hear it all the time. I want to be mentored by this person in the same lineage. I want to be mentored by this person because they do things a little different. Well, that tells you right there that they're not playing the same music. They're not beating the same drum. They're not doing the same doggone thing. And I'm gonna tell you right now, and I will say this online too. My previous company, I screwed up my team, T Gray, because my mentor at the time was always saying, create your own system. So we were really good at creating our own system. I know how to create systems. And then when I came over to Mr. Bugs and I'm seeing how you guys talk the same language and was playing the same music, and I looked at the volume that Mr. Bugs did, and I looked at the volume that my previous company had done. I mean, we're talking quantum leaps. And if you're and you can't, whenever you change a little, just little direction of a group, it screws up everything. And I see how Mr. Bugs did certain things. Me and Jason and Tierra, we were at a place and we were strategizing, and I said, we got to beat the same drum. This is how we're all going to make a lot of significant money. And people like T Gray, what you just said, will put their boats on our waters and accidentally go diamond. Accidentally. Like you'll have yellows that says, I don't want to make a lot of money, but they accidentally make money with you because they're in your group. And that's the level, that's the name of the game. And you all have to be on the same page. I don't care if you don't like the person, I don't care whatever it is, you have to be on the same page, because get out your freaking emotions and welcome to business. That's what business is all about. So I will end off with that, Tigray and MK.
Wow. Wow. We got to that. I got to stay behind that. What an amazing time. Let's get Elijah back on here, and let's get Angel back on here. What an amazing time. PDDG, I want you to look at this and look at the numbers, right? I think we had at the peak about 270 people on. We got just shy of 250 right now. You know, I understand that some people had, maybe had something to do, but the majority of people stayed on this training. I even think the numbers went up during the training, and it's because we have stumbled on something good. We're going to keep doing this. Now, how many of you who wants to get this level of coaching next week? We picked Elijah, Angel, and Keegan out of the rank up. If you want to get coached next week, send a message to marketing@iboomerang.com, and the subject line is coach me. Coach me. Give us your ambassador ID, give us your email address, give us your phone number. Now we're going to look up your rank up, and we're not going to waste any of our diamonds' time. If you're not doing anything, we're not going to coach you. We're not here to put the jumper cables on you and get you started. But if you're out there and you're doing the work and you want some help, man, we'd love to have you on here. This is the stuff. This is the stuff. Right now, the 3 most fortunate people in the company. And I'm going to say luck. I'm going to say the 3 luckiest people, because they created their own luck, because we picked them out because we looked at the rank up and we saw that they were working. Right? It wasn't because we liked them. It wasn't because Elijah's so stunning or Angel's so beautiful, right? Or because Keegan is so, athletic. It's not. It's because they were doing the work. That's why we picked them out, right? But right now, they are the 3. They're in the best position going into next week out of everybody in the whole company because of what they got today.
And I want to say, Keegan, thank you for being honest.
Yes.
Thank you for staying on. Yeah, it's difficult. And you know what? Everybody needed to hear your story.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. So thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for staying on, because after what they did to Elijah, I probably would have had like bad connection. All right. So marketing@iboomerang.com. If you want to be on next week, go on there. We're going to pick 3. We're going to have 3 diamonds, and we're going to really help you with your business. But that said, everybody have a great Saturday. We're going to take a picture first. You guys ready? You guys ready? On 3, 2, 1. All right. You guys are a bunch of posers. Mark, take us out of here.
All right.
Tigray, MK.
Appreciate you guys.
I love you so much, man. Thank you so much for all you guys do. See you guys.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much.
You're the
Thank you.
best.
Jason, thanks, Jason.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys.